Hey, so I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's coming up for the collective. So remember, this is such a, I keep saying it, but it's important to remind ourselves that this is such an important time to be on this planet because of how much shifting is happening, how much ascending is happening. And if we weren't here to do what we're doing through our experiences, the planet would not be able to ascend. So we've come here with that particular mission. So I wanted to talk to you guys about clearing karmic debt. And so I know that, a lot of people, we have a very Reader's Digest understanding of what karma means, right? And, you often hear people say, oh, karma's a bitch. Karma will get that person. And karma doesn't actually work like that. Karmic debt is like an accumulation of energies that you've picked up through experiences that are less than ideal or less than pure from your heart. Does that make sense to you guys? So here's the thing that happens. When we incarnate into these lifetimes, so when your soul chooses the parents, right? Your parents are the portals, just like their parents were the portal for them to come through. When we choose those parents, we come through into incarnation with an accumulation of karmic debt. And so sometimes when we incarnate into a lifetime as a soul, we agree, right? Because they say to some extent, things are predestined. And so I remember, I said to you guys, not everything's written in stone and things can change, but there's a certain template that is predestined. And a lot of that has to do with your karmic debt load. So sometimes when you incarnate into a lifetime, your soul has the awareness that it needs to do a lot of releasing, a lot of purging. So, you could have had many, many lifetimes where, just as an example, you were a soldier, and if you were a soldier, you would have been responsible for, killing a lot of people, children, family, women. You would have been responsible for taking or ending a lot of lives, right? There would have been a lot of anger, a lot of hostility, right? And so in that particular lifetime, you went through all of those experiences and you accumulate karmic debt. So all of those experiences that you've had, you have an accumulation in your soul energy of all of that experience. And so when you incarnate now, say in this particular lifetime, as a soul, you may have chosen to release a lot of karmic debt. So you may have come into this lifetime with the knowing that it was time for you to just get everything out, get it done, repent for it all, have forgiveness with it, release it, clear it, that whole process. And so what will happen is in this lifetime, you will have experience after experience after experience that will help you to clear those things, right? And so they're just saying to me, like attracts like. So remember that the law of attraction, right, which applies on this planet, that if, for example, you are somebody who's come here to clear a lot of karmic debt about abuse, right? Say you were an abuser. Say you were somebody that was causing abuse on others. Well, in this particular lifetime, you will be in the other role of it. You will be the receiver of it. And you will be going through these, most challenging, painful, horrific experiences, not because you're being punished, but because you are having the opportunity to clear through it, to grow through it. Does that make sense to you guys? You guys following along on that? So if you are a particular soul that has been going through a lot of really challenging things, then it's very likely, highly likely, that you are a soul that has incarnated in this lifetime to release a lot of karmic debt, right? You're paying off your karmic debt load. You're getting rid of it. You're releasing it. And the only way that we can do this is through experience. You're not going to be able to take a class and learn how to do it. You're not going to be able to go to a healer and have them release everything from you. You're going to have the experiences that you're called to. And when you're in the experiences and going through the challenging things, you're going to have the awareness that this is releasing layers of your karmic debt, of repaying your karmic debt. Now, here's something I want to share with you, because this is, kind of brings a bit of humor to the equation. I'm sure if you've ever gone to go see a psychic, right? Or a medium, somebody who has the abilities to read your energy, read your past, your future, all of that stuff. Have you ever gone to somebody and the reading that you received was very vague? Like there was not a lot of specific information about what you went to go see them about. Has that ever happened to you guys? Because I can tell you this, it's happened to me, especially this particular last year or so, last year and a half, maybe 2 years now. But, through my physical stuff, right? Through the challenges of my figuring out what was wrong with me. How do I fix it? How do I heal it? Right? I went to numerous people to get the answer. I wanted to be told just, oh, here's your problem and this is how you fix it. That's how simple I wanted it to be done. But I can tell you this, the majority of people that I went to go see, although the information that came through was helpful and it was, good, most of it was good, it didn't answer my question. It left me leaving being like, okay, well, that was great. And I'll start doing that. But you didn't give me my fucking answer to my question that I want to know, which is, how do I fix this? How do I fix this? And so it's funny because I was thinking about that today, because I still find myself in that position when it comes to, in me, in particular, it's my physical body and my healing, right? And so today I just, before I meditated, I connected with God and was like, okay, so give me some clarity, show me some clarity on this. And I was shown all of the stuff about the karmic debt. So here's something that's interesting. Sometimes we actually work through karmic debt through our physical body. And that's what was shown to me. So there are some of us, and this is interesting because most healers that I know, most energy workers that I know, they've had at some point something physical happen in their body. They're, whether they're calling it autoimmune or whether they're calling it blah, 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 whatever they're calling it, they've had some type of physical challenge with their human avatar. And, there's nothing that will push you further into growth and ascension than having to figure out how to heal your physical vehicle. Trust me. And so I know for a fact that so many of us that are light workers, that are carrying the light, holding the light, these things that we're going through is serving the purpose. Now, is this collectively on the planet that we're doing a lot of karmic release right now, that we're releasing the karmic debt? And because of that, there's so many of us that are struggling physically, but that struggling physically is putting us into the experience so that we can release? They're showing me yes. Okay, so that makes sense. And then here's where the level of frustration comes in. Have you ever, in your life, being that student, you're sitting at your desk and you've got all of this work to do and you're stuck on a question and you just cannot figure out the answer of it. And then you put up your hand and you ask your teacher to come over to you and you're like, I can't figure this out. I need some help. And your teacher rereads the question to you, and you go, okay, yes, I've read the question. I understand the question, but I don't know the answer. And then your teacher kind of looks at you and says, well, read the question again. And you're like, listen, I've read the question. I've read it over. I've been sitting here for 10 minutes reading the question. I don't get the answer. Can you just give me the answer, please? And the teacher smiles at you and then walks away. Have you had that experience? Have you had that teacher, that kind of teacher? Yeah, that's where we are right now, guys. That's what we're experiencing right now. We are asking the questions. We are in the karmic debt release cycle. We're releasing it. We don't have the answers. We're asking, we're praying, and we're not getting the answers instantly. And the reason for that is because we have to go through the experiences. I hate to be a Debbie Downer. I really do. Because I really wish that, I'm having some kind of, out of body experience, and the angels are coming before me and they're giving me on flashcards, here's all your answers. I really wish that was what I was talking to you about. Who knows, maybe that will happen at some point, but it's not happening now. So we have to see the lightness and everything, but we have to understand that part of what we're doing right now is releasing karmic debt. We're releasing the karmic debt. So do yourself a favor, and just because I just felt into it a little bit about this particular lifetime, people that I could have been kinder to, my character could have been a little bit stronger. I could have been softer. I could have been more compassionate, more gentle. Just feel into this particular lifetime and just feel into all of that stuff, because it's very likely all of those little bits that and I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not a bad person, but there are things that we could be doing that are lighter, that are better, that will help us to relieve the karmic debt that we owe. And remember, we're all in this together, guys, and we're healing through it. This is healing. This is what healing looks like. Sending you blessings.